All right, we're back here with Sharieff. So Sharieff, we're talking a lot about what you got to go through, what people in your community go through, and how you've been able to educate a lot of people as to how the law works and how to get around all of these inherent systematic biases that are in the system. And we know they exist. Well, people in your community know they exist. I got to convince some in my community. No, there is systematic racism. Hello, this is just what it is. Damn, I mean, it amazes me when I have to have this discussion with people. But when I get in the courtroom, as we already talked about, we just got to start with that assumption. But now, now I want to switch gears. So like, you get out in your community, right? Like, I know you listen to Hot 97, right?
Of course.
Who doesn't, right? It's us too. Yeah. So Hot 97, we were the ones that made it pop.
Right. We were
my age, not white guys.
No, I know what you mean.
of my age. So I'm listening to like Hot 97. I don't get to be in the car because I'm on the subway, so right. I don't get to listen to it as much anymore. But whenever I pop in or see it online or whatever, like there's so many lawyer advertisements.
Oh my God. What's the one? The ball. What's his name? The ball? The ball.
Yeah.
Oh man. God. Like those things, what were we going to say?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. You've been here for so long. So like you get it, you know what we're all about, obviously, but you also know what some of these other dudes are about out there. Cause like you've been around the world your whole life. Your mom, from day one, you've just been around lawyers and everything.
You have to.
So what I don't get is like, why do people in the hip hop community listening to Hot 97, something happens to them and they're calling like these dudes with these ridiculous advertisements instead of doing, so you got to answer this. So like where I grew up, if I needed a lawyer, someone in my community needed a lawyer. Okay. So upper middle class white people, right? If something happened to somebody in my community, most likely someone in the family, the parents would either know a lawyer and they'd be like, well, got to go here. Or if they didn't, they would probably take the time to research and be like, well, all right, I'm going to try to figure out, who's best to handle this thing here. Like if you needed like a heart surgery or a dental surgery or, brain surgery, whatever, or account. In my community, the way I grew up, people you got to get a referral and then you got to research it, figure it out, right? But then I'm seeing like, it's not even just the hip hop community. I think it's like everybody that gets hurt in an accident, really. Like, what the hell motivates them to be like, oh, I'm just going to call the first dude that I see on the commercial?
That, what I don't like about those commercials. And again, like you have to compare, and I hate to compare myself. Like I'm not like on some pedestal or nothing, but like, I just know where I came from. You know what I'm saying? I know what I knew and I know what I know now. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear those commercials, I can think about when I used to see them on TV and hear them on the radio before in the past. Again, I'm thinking that I'm going to call one of those numbers and I'm going to talk to I'm going to talk to Mr. Salino or Mr. Barnes themselves. You know what I'm saying? And again, if that's how I thought up until I was doing this in this field, that's how people think. And you know what I'm saying? Who don't know no better.
So we changed.
It's so predatory. Like it's like they're sitting there, they come on the radio, right? You're in the car, you're driving on the radio, and then they put it, they make it seem like you're gonna recover, you're gonna get life changing money. You're gonna recover the most money for the smallest thing, for the smallest type of accident, and we know that's not how it works. But again, up until I was doing this, I used to think, like I said. Yeah, when you slip and fall, you're a millionaire. You get hit by a car, you're a millionaire. Up until I, knew. So like again, I gotta look at it from what I knew and what I know now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's so wacky because we see but we see so many people that get hooked up with the wrong lawyer.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible.
And they don't get it till it's too late. Right? And they come to us. Like, how many cases you've seen over the years?
Listen, believe it or not, and again, this goes back to what we was talking about earlier about trust people. I've had family members go around me and go to one of these other guys and not get done right. You know what I mean? And they come back afterwards and say, oh, I should have came to you. Of course you should have come to us. You know why? Because you're going to actually deal with a real person. You're not dealing with a guy your lawyer, you're going to be hands-on with your lawyer when you come to see us. You get what I'm saying? You're not going to be dealing with a lawyer who works for Salino or Barnes who never even met Salino or Barnes. You get what I'm saying? And I hate to keep throwing their names out, but they just pop in my head the fast.
No, one of them's dead, Sharieff. I don't know.
Well, you're definitely not meeting Mr. Salino or Barnes. You get what I'm saying? So, but you get but you know exactly what I'm saying. Like, it's like, Is it?
Well, then I get the question for you is, how do you change that mentality out in let's say in your community because I know you're an influencer. They're like, how do you get through to people that like, dude, like you get in an accident, like you may not want to call the first 1-800 dude on the, TV. Maybe that is the right guy for you. I'm not saying he's not, but you need to like think about it a little bit. I don't know how to get that message through.
I mean, the way
you had a loss too, man. You had a loss too. But you see, the problem is just what you said before, earlier, that people then just get the wrong idea. They don't understand how it works, and they get these thoughts like, oh, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that. Don't even understand the real thing. What a shame.
Right. I mean, if you don't know somebody like me who you have direct access to, who you grew up with, you know what I mean? You don't have somebody like me who knows somebody like you know what I mean? You're lost. You know what I mean? You're lost.
But you could find people like me, like the internet dude these days. I mean,
but then you always go on the internet. Of course, the internet, you go on the internet, find returns and stuff.
Anybody do that? Any of your friends that like it, that needed a lawyer, take the time to be like, let me just research a little.
I could assume some probably because I don't.
Yeah. Well, people don't do that. But I'll tell you what, I know you're a little clothes hound. We know you like it. We know you like your swag, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I'm thinking, to check you out. Check out, you got your Essentials hat, your Essentials sweatshirt on. You're all geared up. I got it. I'm thinking that before you make those purchases or like a crazy pair of kicks or whatever, I'm thinking that a guy like you spends a lot of time going through all the websites that sell them. So you can figure out, all right, here it is. Here's the best price. Here's where it's going to be, right? You take the time to do that, right? Yeah. But you know what? But with a lawyer that could be representing your family or you in a most serious freaking thing, dudes are calling 1-800 dumbass lawyer.
And that's only because they don't know. And it's funny you said that because I remember when I was a kid and I wanted the jacket and I wanted the North Face jacket, right? So I go to my mother. Mother's like, what? Jacket? $400? I'm not buying no $400 jacket.
D, I love you, Mom.
Anyway, right? Call my auntie Maddie. She gets it for me. She sends me the money right away. Wait, yeah. Now, the first store my mother takes me to go buy the jacket. Literally, the first store we go in, I'm like, I got the jacket, let me get it. My mother's like, hold on, stop. No, stop. You don't just go in a store and you shop around, you find it for a little low and you try to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, and that's exactly what you're saying right here is most people just, go. And the first thing that they see, they don't even try to research. And it's all about knowledge. People, they don't know. It's knowledge. And how do we get that message to them? By doing what we're doing right now. You know what I mean? By like,
yeah. So you better make this go viral, man.
I don't know I don't know many other ways that, I mean, yeah, I do know people. Yeah, people do call me, but that's only the people that I know. There's people that I don't know who are experiencing these things. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, you know what? We got to
get the message out to the people that don't know these things. And I don't know, like,
you got to get the word out. You know what I used to
like you know how they do have like the campaign ads against, like when they run for like elections and stuff, they will do a smear campaign ad against like all of the.
I'm not smear these guys. They're sue me, man. You can smear.
So you know what, boss?
I'd rather have.
One of them was dead.
You didn't know one of them was dead. The rumor was the other one killed him. I never heard that. This wasn't like TikTok. I don't know.
Holy smokes!
Watch out. Well, they were suing each other. So
I do know that.
That's where somebody. There's no way that he killed him or anything, but like it was actually died in a a horrible thing. But they were suing each other and all that. All about the Benjamins, man. It's always about the Benjamins. But you know what? Instead of spreading smear, I prefer to spread love. And so maybe we got to try that. You got to keep getting the word out. When I was a baby lawyer, I used to say, well, I'm going to educate people like one juror at a time. I was getting into courtrooms and I would say, I'll teach one juror at a time and 12 jurors, well, I don't get 12, but 25 in a room, 6 and 80 on a case. I'm like, well, we'll educate them like that. We'll educate people one client at a time. But, now here I am 30 years later, people picking their lawyers in just as stupid a ways as they were when I started. I don't know what else to do about it, but I guess what? We gave it a shot today, right?
Gotta start somewhere.
Peace. Let's take a break.
Let's take a break.